And hi, Panzer. Hi. Sorry, I fell asleep last night. It was pretty late. That's understandable. That is understandable. So, hi the Panzer, hi the Rash, hi and welcome, hi and welcome. I have an idea. I have a plan. I have a plot. I have a scheme. You see, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest and not gonna lie. I'm not feeling well, considering how poorly the video is performing, because I have... Basically, it's like the realization that the last 2 months of my life has been a waste. But, it's the same scheme as Oppenheimer. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Basically... okay. Basically. I am going... how much can I reveal? How much should I reveal? How much shall I reveal? Well, basically, derivatives and such. That's the idea. I'm gonna work on the video and more about derivatives and such. That's the plan. That's the idea. That's the scheme. That's the evil plot. Derivatives, which will be first functions, then it will be ordinary derivatives, then we'll be solving ordinary derivatives. I'm very confident about derivatives thing. It's the same type of derivatives. The maths kind, the ordinary and partial, because there will be partial derivatives, and then I suppose this is one as a maybe, so I'm going to put it as a maybe, but maybe solving these. That's a maybe. The problem is, Ash, is that in this case you might be bored with this, because here's the idea. Basically, on the 9th of January, may I probably see always. There we are. There we go. Hi, the Rush. Oh, you're invisible, which is a Duran Duran reference. Yes, hi. Give me a second. I'm fixing up the stream.
Problem.
It always happens when someone joins in the voice chat for the first time, but there we go. I think it should now work. There we are. So, you might be bored with this, honestly, with what I'm going with so far, because the whole point of this video is, I think, I can't quite yet work on the next physics video because I don't know what it's gonna be about. As in, I don't know the exact topics. But what I can work on is the background for the physics video, the simple background. So not the physics or mathematics that we'll cover during the video, only before the video. And as such, any differentials, well, yeah, that would be the plan, the plot, the scheme. And as such,
I see.
Yeah, and as such, all of this, well, maybe the solving partial differential equations, that would be the only, but that's I'm adding as a maybe at the end, because I don't know if I should go that deep into it. What do you think?
I mean, I can take you pretty deep into the theory. As for techniques, I'm not sure. Theory-wise, I can take you all the way into PDEs.
I mean, I think for physics... Oh, damn it, I don't know, actually. Really important. That's the problem, I don't know enough about physics.
We could definitely use Remco's input on this because he'd be able to tie it more into physics.
The pickle with this video, however, is that I want it to be like 10 minutes long, tops. I just want it to be, a background video. So, this is just, in case someone is confused about derivatives, just point them towards this video and then they won't be. It won't even have an intro, we'll just get right into it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty basic, but still I can help, I guess.
In that case, what can you tell me about partial derivatives in the context of derivation?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
What can you tell me about partial derivatives in the context of derivation?
In the context of derivation, well, I mean, you have a function from basically a space with more than one parameters, so some subset of Rn, and the partial derivative is you basically just deriving the function in one particular direction, because when you are in Rn, you have n dimensions, so n directions essentially, and your partial derivative is just you deriving it in just one direction
I have a
or one.
I have a question in that case because I have a very sneaking suspicion that there is, from a mathematical point of view, it is an important difference, but for the life of me, I don't understand that difference. So, and this is actually something you could genuinely help me out with.
Yes.
So imagine that we have a function, right, like f of x and y, whatever. F of x from x and y is equal to z, something like that, right?
Okay. Before we continue further, I feel that it's important to point out that I can't join your whiteboard because the channel is locked to
Give me
me,
a
so I'll
second.
just be watching.
Give me a second. I can here have a contributor. I'm gonna remove it later because
Yeah, of course.
it's a it's a red
Yeah,
roll.
it's not right. Uh,
All right. F of x and y is equal to. Wait, hold on. In the meantime, as you're joining, I'm just gonna read tangent of day. I got bored and made this function of a equal e to the power of x sine squared by 3 plus the natural log, because why not? What is that function? Just hold on, just like by eyeballing it.
I could join, just give me a second.
E to x sine. So it oscillates up and down, which means it would still be wave-wise.
Answer, what is that function?
I don't know, we need to graph it. I think that e to the x times sine x would just be an like increasing wave, a wave of increasing magnitudes from 0 to
Yes.
infinity, I think. But that's just
Yes.
vibe wise.
That's good.
X sine x squared.
Well, the argument inside the sign is always going to be positive, but I don't think that matters particularly.
Look at that. So
Oh, there we go. I'm inside.
I'm in. Just say I'm in. Don't say I'm inside.
I'm in.
Natural.
F of xy equals z. This function doesn't make any sense because
Why? I haven't even.
well, you see. Oh, continue if you're.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
still
This is
making
kind
sense.
of like x f of x equals y. That's just the same thing. It's just, I'm just starting.
Okay,
The
okay,
point
okay,
I was
okay,
trying to
okay.
make here is
So
that
this
there are
is your
two
function.
variables. Yes, function and
Yes,
result.
okay.
Yeah. The reason, the only point I'm trying to make is that in this case, like there are two variables, but actually I should remove the z because it should be something like, let's say we have something like x, I don't know, x squared y squared, because why not, right?
Yeah,
So we have a
sure,
function
that
like
works.
this. Now let's say that we have another function which is just f of x, and then not squared, geez, f of x is equal to x squared a squared, where a is just some kind of constant.
Okay, yes.
Constant, whatever. Right, now in this case, what I'm struggling to understand with partial derivatives is that Remco has told me on multiple occasions that partial derivative is truly different from a standard derivative. Like there is some kind of underlying mathematical difference, but from my perspective, it's isn't a partial derivative. So let's call it f null and f1, because I should have called them g. No, let's do g because g would be much better too. There we go, g. So g is the singular one, f is the plural. Partial derivative of x of f in relation to x, and then when you have a standard derivative of g in relation to x. Right? What is the difference between them? Because aren't you just aren't you just treating y as a constant?
Yes, that's true. I can understand why Remco is saying that it's different, but the problem is that the difference is not trivial to see if you're just doing normal calculus. Like the only circumstance or the only sort of setting in which I'd say that these two are very different things would be in the context of like maybe when you're working on a manifold or something. But as long as your functions are like, let me write something. As long as your functions are like from some Rn to some Rm, like essentially what all of you just said is correct. Like it doesn't matter. If you take a partial derivative with respect to one variable, that's basically the same as freezing all the other variables and just deriving it with respect to this. There isn't much difference as long as you're dealing with this case.
Okay,
And even in the other case, it's not too different actually. It's just that you just have to be a little bit careful about the chain rule and a little bit careful that the variable you're deriving with respect to might not form some sort of orthonormal basis or whatever, but again, that's
do
rectifiable.
you think you could give me an example of a place where, like an example of how the difference would manifest, like how it would be different?
Um, that's a good question, actually. Uh, like unironically, like the notation here is bad in the sense that if you write partial f by partial x, then it really just means like freezing everything. But like, how would you say that partial derivatives are different?
Okay, come on.
Honestly, for the sake of your video, if you're just trying to make a simple sort of introduction to partial derivatives, I just think that this intuition would genuinely just work best.
That's why that's kind of what I want to do, but at the same time I'm worried that if I just introduce them as, oh, they're ordinary derivatives but you freeze all the other variables into a constant, I worry that if I introduce them this way that could create confusion later down the line, like in the future.
Confusion as to what? What would be the
Well,
confusion?
because because eventually I'm worried that we will end up in some kind of physics example where the difference between partial derivatives and ordinary derivatives does actually matter, and in that case, we would need to like change up the understanding of a derivative in order to explain it. If I explain it incorrectly,
Okay, well, if you're talking about,
if you think it's fine, I could trust you. I can trust you. It's just that I
well,
myself didn't know because I don't know mathematics.
I will really quickly just tell you an example of why, of like
All right.
one physical, like sort of physical example of when these notations would differ. So, for example, say you have some function, two variables, f of x, f of y, and then let's use your notation and let's set it to z just for the time being. So this is like in a output in another dimension,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need a 3D graph to plot this, whatever, blah, 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 you get it. And so now if you take its partial derivative with respect to x, you will just get its partial derivative. Okay, let me set this to a particular function. We'll delete this, and let's just say this is x times y, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then partial x of f, this is just going to give you y because you just keep y constant, derive with x. Partial y of f, that's just going to give you x. I believe this much is understood, correct?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now, in physics, though, the reason why it gets a tiny bit different is that your functions x and your functions y, um, most of the time they're parameterized by another variable, and usually that variable is time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so essentially, for the sake of this example, let's let x of t be um, 1 over t. Fucking hell, I'm so bad at writing, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I
And
get what you're saying.
And let's let y of t be some function, let's say log of t. It's a pretty horrible example because it's going to be hard to compute, but doesn't matter. It, bro, I am so bad. Okay, I'm just going to use my touchpad instead. Okay, and now essentially, if we do d by dt, f of x of t, y of t, right? And now you can see why the notation sort of differs. It's because your function f, right? It's a function of x and y in separate variables, sure, but at some very like basic or fundamental level, it's a function of time, not like it's a function of x and y, yes, but those all of those depend on time. So you can just
Right.
parameterize your entire function by time. And so it's not, and so when you derive it with respect to time, it's not exactly a partial derivative anymore. It's like a normal derivative in the single variable sense. And I think this is what Remco means. Like again, I will ask him later to clarify to me what he thinks the difference is, and then I'll fill you in more. But like
I mean,
this
it's
is the
possible that
immediate.
he could even
Yes.
join in on stream maybe soon if he's free. So we could that could even provide even more. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I think I do get it. I was worried that there was just something like there was like a genuine difference between the two that like definition-wise difference. But if it's only a different once you get really in the weeds, then I suppose for now we can keep it simple.
I mean, definition wise, it is a difference. Like it, but the difference is just you fix one variable and derive it with respect to the variable under consideration. That's the definitional difference. I mean, it's a bit more involved, but like again, for the sake of all practical applications, this suffices.
All right, all right then.
Yes.
In that case, I don't want to do solving these. We shall see. I have a pretty good idea what I want to do for all of these in that case. I like how my coping mechanism for in the video isn't doing well, it's just to make a new video.
I mean, you can always, yeah, I mean, fine.
I can't do anything else. I tried. Okay. But this won't be neat because this one I want to be as a bit of a test run for the systems we have in place. We shall see. Right.
Okay.
Uh,
Anyways, functions looks fine. Ordinary derivatives shouldn't be hard to explain
yeah,
either.
all of these are trivial. All of these are trivial in this case. Solving ordinary derivatives is going to be some very simple rules for solving, like some very simple. Um,
I mean, it's just computation. The
exactly.
only thing in solving ordinary derivatives is like, for example, for functions like sine, cosine, and the logarithm, it might be like instructive to show what's it called, derivation from first order principles, but I'm afraid that's just computation. There is no intuition there. But
When you say derivation from first order principles, I'm guessing it means exactly what it sounds like.
it means f of x minus f of x plus
Okay,
epsilon
so
divided by
that's
epsilon.
right.
Yes.
I think I'm only going to do it for simple things. So I'm only going to do it, but the way I want to do it is ordinary derivatives. Then classic example, deriving the square. So deriving x squared because that's trivial. It follows really nicely. And then I don't
Or
actually know if I'll touch the derivation from like that proper derivation because everyone can do it on their own.
yeah, I mean, it's also very obviously available online, just like one Google search and you can find all the identities.
Yeah.
We don't need to reinvent the wheel, I suppose. Who is the dead frog? That's me. I am the dead frog.
That's Ash. Hi, Remy! Because I'm not friends. Oh, have fun then! Have fun!
Yes, I
Yeah.
will be leaving too in like 15 or 20 minutes, but until then I'll be here.
Then I shall be alone working on the video again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's fine. It's a life. It's a living.
Yes, I suppose.
Yeah. What else? Just because you have more insight into what the video will be than me right now. Uh,
And too slow?
what would you say?
You said I have more insight, or were you talking to someone
No,
else?
I was saying to you. I was saying that you have more insight into what the video will be than I do. Do you have?
Ah, you mean this one? Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what other mathematics background will be required?
In what order? I mean, yeah,
Not
you
even what
can go
order.
on.
Just what other mathematical background will be required? What
You mean
else
for this one that you're working on, or do you mean for the
for
Oppenheimer
the Oppenheimer
one?
for the Oppenheimer one?
Okay. I'm gonna have to think. I mean, I can give you like we can talk about this in more detail next week, obviously.
Obviously.
Um, yes, but I'll have to think because I'm actually not even too certain about the topic. Like
All right.
Remco, I think either you or Remco sent me some list of topics, but
Okay. In
I'm
that
not
case,
gonna
it's
lie,
fine.
I didn't. Yeah,
In that case,
we'll
it's
just
fine.
talk. Yeah, we'll talk about it more later. Me and Remco are also preparing something short and sweet, so you can also look forward to that, I suppose.
Oh, well, I suppose. How was Tenet? I left like mid movie. Oh, it was brilliant. It was.
Oh, I fell asleep.
Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. The movie, first of all, it might be the perfect movie for me I've ever seen. Because genuinely, it was a heist movie with time. It doesn't really get any better than that. And the movie finished, and the first thing I said was, well, my first reaction was because I've heard from a lot of people that it's confusing. I've heard it from a lot of people, and I do have to say, I don't see that. It was kind of funny at the end, when when the movie finished, and Katsi had some questions, so I started answering them, and Katsi was like, make it. You seem to know surprisingly a lot about this movie you claim to have never seen." Which I just said, Katsi, I've just seen it. Apparently, it's not normal for people to remember every movie scene by scene after watching it for the first time. I disagree with that. It was brilliant. I do have to say that the physics, it's a very creative take on time travel that I actually do like a lot.
I just fell asleep. I fell asleep like 15 minutes into the movie. It's like so bad.
What did you say? Movie so bad, or do you mean that the situation is so bad?
No, the fact that I fell asleep is so
Okay,
bad.
good.
I didn't even see the movie. I
It's
can't comment.
really, really, really good. It is absolutely brilliant.
Okay, that's perfect then. I'll watch it sometime later, I
Oh,
suppose.
I
But I
would
never
recommend.
watch movies.
Still, you need to find some time. Yeah, it is. It is genuinely, a better person for having seen that.
Okay. I am a changed man.
I'm a changed man. Exactly. I like the fact that I like the protagonist of the movie. You know, the protagonist. Make it. Did you forget about the mask? I didn't forget about the mask. I did not, in fact, forget about the mask. It's just that I have a lot of my plate. I would say.
No, Emmy stole my number one. God damn it. Give it back.
Something like, or maybe I should try for something a bit more ambitious than x squared. What could be relatively
X to
easily
the power
solvable?
n. It's very simple to
I mean,
compute.
I know, but I want something that more like horizontally large, not building up vertically. I know that x to the end is easy, but I mean, I suppose x to the end of generalized, that could be something.
Oh yes, you can generalize it to
Minus
non-integer
x
powers.
n plus. Wait, no, because it's answer I'm an idiot, plus h to the n divided by h. Wait, did I even get that right? I'm starting to question everything
Um,
about me.
I think you might have switched the
Oh
order.
yeah, I did switch the order. It should be there fixed. You know, the famous derivatives equation. of minus x minus f of x plus f of x plus h.
Ah, yes. Very famous.
I was thinking something like more of the idea of like equal to x, like 3x squared divided by 7. No, wait, division would be dumb. Minus 5, because we need different orders operations, yes. Something more like this, just to have it be solvable, easy solvable, but be just larger to show how derivatives interact with different kinds of operations.
I mean, you're going to do this, then you might just want to prove that taking derivatives is a linear operator, then this follows immediately. But I have to think.
That's such a roundabout way of doing it in an explanation. Because first I would need to explain what is a linear operation.
I mean, you did a video on vector spaces, didn't you? So just refer them back
I did a
to
video
that.
on Hilbert spaces, yes, but
This is the same thing.
well, not quite, because I don't think I've explained the concept of linearity in there.
Oh, honestly, I'm surprised you made it this far without explaining what linearity is. That's genuinely impressive.
Yeah, because it just never comes up in an important way.
What the fuck does it not? Okay, you know what? I don't question.
It really is difficult to find something that you have to for which you have to explain what linearity is. Yeah, like what I want you to consider is that linear algebra has always been a supporting character in my videos. I haven't made a video on linear algebra. I have made videos including linear algebra, that's true. But in all of them, if you just do an analogy to physical space, you don't have to explain linearity, because that just follows.
That's crazy. We have such different perspectives on math. But anyways.
No, I know what
yes,
perspective you're talking about, because it's basically explaining calculus with linear algebra, and basically the whole point of matrices. I know what perspective you're talking about. It's just that it never came up.
Yeah, I mean, crazy, but go queen, I guess. Anyways, yeah, this is a fine example to compute as like, yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about where will I take it. I don't want this to be a long video, because I don't have much time to finish it.
Yeah, I suppose so. Honestly, then just don't overthink it. Like,
no, I need to. If I don't overthink it, then I usually end up with longer videos, because then I add things. Like if you plan everything ahead, then you can really tightly, neatly fit it in. If you plan things as you go, then you need to like add addendums and such. That's honestly a portion of why the most recent video was so long, because we kept adding things as we were waiting for green lights and such.
okay.
We're probably very busy soon again. If there's event ping, okay. You're all probably very busy. What do you mean very busy? I'm never busy. Don't you dare accuse me. Bye, Emmy. Bye. Have a good one.
Bye, Emmy.
We might do. Are you free later today? Because Remco also wanted to play Jackbox.
Unfortunately not, because on Saturdays I usually cook with friends and then we like hang out.
Shucks.
So, I mean, I have only one day where I socialize. Let me have that one day.
Fine. Have at thee. I don't even have a day in which I socialize. I'm jealous.
Oh, okay, that's actually fair. Well, you para-socialize every day, I guess.
I don't call it parasocializing. Ouch.
Okay, I'm
This
sorry.
is the only. This is all I've got. Right? Don't take this away from me.
Don't worry. We'll socialize next week. You can look forward to it.
I'm curious to see what it will be like. It'll be first time ever for me in 5 years.
Damn. I'm curious to see. No, I shouldn't say that because it's too much, but I'm curious.
I get it. I need to keep this as concise and as clear as possible. It has to be strict. In this case, X is our variable. Cancel because we vary it whilst free. Well, would the two I could call two a constant in this case as a fun foreshadowing for, you know what, yeah, 3, 2, and 5 are all constants because we keep the constant. Good. Basic idea being that if
Oh no.
right away I'm gonna work on the blender file for this.
Oh no. Oh my god.
What happens?
Yes. We get our homework graded out of 10 and I lost 0.5 marks because I apparently did an algebra error and I like didn't multiply correctly. What was I doing at that time, bruh? That's annoying, but anyways.
Well, happens. Calendar dates get you.
Matter because like ironically I don't know how other universities work, but in my universities like the grade from your homework it's only important for you to get admitted into the exam and then your overall grade for the module is determined purely by your exam. So other exam has like 100% weightage essentially.
Huh. So the new exam matters.
Yeah, only the exam matters. Which is for now like we're chilling, but like when the exam comes around I suppose we'll be very stressed or whatever. Also, am I like talking too much? Because like usually I'm never on stream, so I don't know if I'm distracting you or anything.
No, don't worry. Don't worry, you're not. You're fine. I'm just
Okay.
thinking about the work to do, how to slice it, and what I still have to do. I should. Well, okay, no, that's not true. What is happening right now is I am trying to work as much as possible to distract myself from the fact that the video isn't performing well. But I should organize my work a bit better, and then. Okay, so what do I have to do? Right. Wheel of Pain and Suffering. No, let's
Oh
not.
yes.
Let's not do a Wheel of Pain and Suffering. Let's instead.
What are your options?
Well, for this, I need to work on the script, the animation. I need to work on the website. I need to plan the resources, the quiz. Those are the options, and that's all just relating to derivatives. I have a headache already. Jeez, that was quick. Let me get another glass of water. Maybe open the window as well. Let's hope.
Yeah.
I think the stress might be
After
getting
all,
to me, which is weird. Like I don't feel stressed, but I do feel the effects of stress. Or maybe I'm just ill. I don't know. Could be either. All right.
I mean, it's like I sort of get where you're coming from, but at the same time, I'm not sure if there's anything I can do to help because, like,
No, it's fine.
I know that everyone's way of like coping is a bit different, but like, yeah,
No, in my case,
it'll be okay.
the problem is that I just fucked up. That's the issue. There isn't really an unfuck up button in this case.
Ah,
Just to plow through it, plow on, keep going. Because with the video, I just made a mistake to make this long. That's the issue. I should have settled for um, a shorter video way earlier on. That will leave me more time to work on other things as well, or just made it better somehow. Or I don't know, even actually know in this
mm,
case.
yeah, I think I understand what you're trying to say.
Well, I mean, amount of solutions, not problems. Focusing on the problem without a solution is idiotic. So
Agreed.
let's get to this. Another thing I'll need to do as well is I'll need to clear my drives because they're absolutely full. That's starting to get to me. Okay. What I could do is I could open up Google Calendar and plan out the week ahead, see if I even have the time to finish this video in any reasonable kind of time.
Hmm. I should be studying general relativity right now, but I'm just so tired.
What kind of tired? Like mentally, I imagine.
Yes,
Go for
mentally mainly.
go for a walk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go to friends tonight and I'm gonna like try to forget about everything and then think about it tomorrow.
Yeah, that also works.
Cause like, because like it's the first time that I'm studying something with emotion, right? Because like normally whenever I just studied any piece of math, it would be just because I found it interesting. But this time there's more going on because like I basically I approached my professor, like one of my professors, and I was like, yes, I know so and so math and I'd like to do so and so. And he was like, yeah, just go study GR. And I was like, okay. hmm There's more emotions involved, but like I'm not going to say them on stream, but like, yeah, that's uh you can extrapolate.
I don't say that other than you really should go to your friends then. That sounds like good hope.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
All I said is that I think you should go to your friends then, because that does sound like it could help.
Yeah, I leave soon, don't worry. Um, the problem is most of my friends don't even know because like I'm not very comfortable in telling them that I know everything and that I'm just in the class just to be there. So don't talk about this with people much, other than Remco. Remco is like, yeah.
Well, I mean, you hopefully start talking about it. That's the neat part, right?
I mean, I might start talking about it next semester with them, but that's only because by next semester it will be impossible to hide it if things go the way I want it to.
But that's a. I would say that it's important that you just don't get demotivated because you're already way ahead, right? All you need is just make sure that you stay ahead.
Mm. Yeah, keep the momentum, I understand. No, I'm not, it's not that I'm demotivated, but it's just that there's a lot on my plate, but then there's this one certain thing that I need to work towards, but I've also ended up splitting myself in so many different directions that it's kind of hard for me to work in one direction now.
I can give you some advice then in that regard if you want. you,
I'm
you
open.
need to separate your work self into two different beings, let's call it the creative thinker and the working thinker. So basically, you need to, when you're working, right, you need to isolate two different kinds of work that you're going to do: the planning kind and the actual execution kind. The planning kind, which means you're thinking about what you're going to do, the execution kind is acting on that. And the reason why it's important to separate it this way is because planning will be extremely stressful for you. It's because, or even if not stressful, you will get overwhelmed because then you need to think about everything that you're going to do. If you do have a plan your work ahead, if you do actually think about what you are going to do with certainty, then when it comes to the execution of it, you can just sit down and only focus on that thing. And whenever your mind tries to distract you by thinking that you should be doing something else, just remind yourself that you've already thought about it and you've already came to the conclusion that this is what you have to do right now. And then you will still feel like you're stretched thin, but you will only isolate these specific events when you have to feel like you're stretched thin. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That's how I deal with it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I do understand. Yeah, go on.
for example, the there are a lot of things on my plate. But recently I had to finish the video, and it was kind of a deal breaker. Now it's a problem because as I was finishing up the video, I still had to schedule all of the appointments, right? Because that's not something I could delay. Simply because if I delay scheduling the appointments, then I delay the appointment. There's gonna be a huge gap in my work. So what I did is that every
Hmm.
day I usually after I woke up I spend like an hour or two thinking about what I need to do, absolutely ruining my day. But now we're just sitting down to work, and then it was just a zone where I'm just working. Not gonna lie, I kind of miss it already, because well, it does get peaceful, but it worked. It worked.
Mm, yes, I definitely understand what you're trying to say, and like, yeah, I can definitely apply it, and I can see how it would work out. But how do I explain this? Um, the problem is the process isn't that linear, so to speak. Because when I sat down to study GR, right, the only like the main thing I have to do is that I just have to solve exercise questions, and the exercise questions are proof based. So it's possible that one proof is something that I'm very familiar with somehow from like one way or another, and it's gonna only take me like 30-40 minutes. But then there could be another proof that I would be stuck at for like 5 or 6 hours, and that could like then fuck up my entire workflow or whatever I have planned.
Mm,
It's
but
it's a
that's
very
normal.
non-linear sort of.
But that's normal.
Yeah.
That happens everywhere. Unless your work is like something that's specifically that is just genuinely mindless. That always happens. You always have no idea how long something will take until you actually do it. You
Mhm.
just need to think of it in terms of averages. You don't care about how long something will take. You care about the expected time that it will take it. You don't take that time.
Hmm. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll spend this Sunday, I guess, thinking about how I want to plan out the week. That sounds like a good start.
Hide the timer, by the way.
Oh yeah, Timon joined.
Uh,
How do you get the motivation if the deadline is like a month and not tomorrow? Genuine question.
it's-
Good question. Let me think. I suppose since you're asking it now, you're pretty close to exam season. So, hmm.
I can give my answer.
Yes, do give your answer. I'm so
I
forward to
don't.
mine. Oh,
Yeah, no. Uh, that's the secret. It's like the from Avengers, Hulk. I'm always angry. Yeah, no. Sometimes there's just no way to get motivated, but there are still things you need to do.
yeah, definitely. I mean, the problem when it comes to like studying in the sense of like classroom studying, the thing is like I'm always interested in what the professors are trying to say, simply because I am now at the level where I can generalize it to like one level of understanding deeper and then still be wrong. So like I'm constantly keeping up with the lecture, not because of the material of the lecture, but because of what I think the next thing would be. So I just keep up with it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I just think I'm always motivated to study. This is a bad example.
So far, the two answers are I am always motivated, or just you're not. So far, the two answers are brilliant. But to be fair, we are talking about different things. You need to,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
because work slash study is wildly different, I would say.
Hmm.
When it comes to study, it's Ash's answer. When it comes to work, it's my answer.
Yeah.
I think I, I think I have the, I think I have the week then. That's the week. No, well, that's the rest of the month, not the week. So
How to study for an exam that is 2 months from now? Like, okay. I have a more concrete answer this time.
I'll let you take the
So
wheel.
like I guess like 2 months from now, I'm gonna have my maths exam, and what our professor what our professor did is he has these lecture notes in which he has written all the theorems and none of the proofs. So what I'm going to do is like whenever I have the time, or like whenever, like probably over Christmas, I think I'm just going to go over those notes from end to end and just prove everything in between just to make sure I know the material. So like I guess one way of motivating yourself is that like trying to convince yourself that you should know the material by heart, like not as in you should memorize it rudely, but like understand it all. So like that could be one motivation. I don't know. Your motivation to study, in my opinion at least, it should be that you should understand all of the material. And then if you understand all of the material, then you're good for the exam. It's like studying is so simple. But yeah.
Make it. Are you okay? You sound very stressed and tired, much worse than usual. I'm just a little burnt out.
Hmm.
Right? Yeah. No, I can't squeeze anything more into this. Just straight up time-wise, there isn't anything more to squeeze into this. In that case, this would give me pretty much sufficient time. Oh, damn it. So annoying. This is so undeniably annoying. Because this section right here, right,
Mm-hmm.
happens after this section right here. And that's a problem. If it happened before, all of it would be so simple.
Mm. Yeah, deadlines can be fucky wucky like that.
Ash, Timon has a next question.
If there are 60 days, why should I study today? And if I slack off today, I still have 59 days left. At least this is how my subconscious thinks, and I can't really overcome this. Um, the thing is, like, don't think there are 60 days left. Like, just think that okay, over the Christmas break from like I don't know when yours start, but like for example from 15th of December to 30th of December, that is the time that I am going to allocate for this. I only have like these 15 days. I don't start right now, I don't start tomorrow. I will start on the 15th and I will go until the 30th. So like don't measure it to the end of your exams. Just fix a time slot somewhere in between. Because like at least like I don't know, at university level, like you have to know the entire material and then you so that you can like revise it before the exam efficiently. Otherwise before the exam you'll just be you might just end up fucked in revision because you don't know something and then you get stuck on it. So, like just fix a time slot like somewhere like after 10 days or something. Just give yourself like 15 days purely on that and just grind hard. Like that's what I would recommend. And like if I'm hit with some cool physics, math, or chem face, or like on Discord, I can dive it for hours because I'm just slacking by reading Wikipedia. Just okay, that's definitely like I'm sorry to say, but that's definitely a you problem. Just like stick to the material and then you can go off exploring later. Like that's just a priority thing, I'm sorry to say.
I'm staying out of this because I'm I'm workaholic. Like to me, if you ask me, oh, there are 60 days until the deadline. Why should you work on this if you still have 59 days? Well, my answer would be, what else am I supposed to do with my time?
I mean, yeah, that's also pretty fucking fair. I'm not gonna lie, but I, I, I
Right
guess
now,
like
right now, I am starting work on a new video because right here we're in this section right here. This yellow X on the 13th, and that means that I need to work. Well, all of it mean I need to work. There's just different types. I'm fine. I'm fine. Carry on.
even if there are only 15 days, my brain be like, even if I slack off today, I have 14 days off. I mean,
That's just
I,
discipline.
like,
That's just a matter of
yeah,
discipline.
that's
I think, Timon, you're kind of mistaken on how this works. There isn't like a okay, when it comes to most people who have, because most people have deadlines, most people have work that they need to do, but they don't overcome it by being motivated to do it and actually wanting to do it. It's just a matter of discipline more than anything. So they just know that they have to do it, and they just do the work. I really wish there was a simple fix we could give you, but there genuinely isn't. Most things that are work related just like most things work related just suck. They straight up just suck because that's the difference between work and fun, right? There isn't really like a golden Midas touch solution to make work fun. Like portions of an hour, don't get me wrong, but usually it sucks. I mean, it's the moment I have to do something, it becomes then more difficult than if I just do it fun. Yeah, that's just work. I wouldn't even say that it's just because you have to do it. I would say it's more because if you don't have to do something, then you like naturally omit certain portions of it that you don't like doing. So, for example, when you are cooking, let's say you're cooking for yourself, right, or for your friends for fun. Well, then you're just cooking. But now let's say you're a chef at a restaurant. Well, all of a sudden you have to care about additional parts of the cooking process that normally you would omit because you would find annoying. So, for example, when you're cooking for your friends, you could, for half a second, think, what should I do, mashed potatoes or fries? Then realize that you don't really like doing fries and just go for mashed potatoes. And in this scenario, that wouldn't even be a thought process for you. You would just naturally say, oh yeah, let's do mashed potatoes. But when that's actually given onto you, then you need to confront the things that you don't like doing. So I won't even start the episode until the 3 days. I won't start until the day before. I want to make this
oh
as
my
soon as
god.
possible. In what scenarios are you told make this as soon as possible?
Probably like when it's one day before the exam and he has to study, right?
No, because the thing is usually when it comes to make this as soon as possible, nothing work related is ever make this as soon as possible. Everything work related always has a deadline. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like when it comes to make this as soon as possible, it's always when it comes to light things that I wouldn't that aren't really work. So, when your friend asks you to do something, for example, then they don't give you a deadline. They just say, "Could you make? I need this real quick. Could you make this as soon as possible?" Like in school, when it comes to exams and such, you always have a deadline. So I think in this case, it's not a matter of the fact that uh, it's a difference between when you're told make this as soon as possible or you having a deadline, or it's more about the fact that deadline you get a deadline only for serious things.
So
I would guess.
essentially, I guess Timon is a procrastinator. Like that's the only thing I'm getting out of this.
Well, I mean, everyone is a procrastinator.
I mean, yeah, fair, but like I guess it's the force is strong within this one, I
No, I
suppose.
don't think Timon is any more of a procrastinator than anyone else. I think everyone is a procrastinator. I think it's more
Well,
of
I mean,
just about the matter that if I had to. Well, there's average procrastination, it's normal.
yeah. I mean, the only thing I would say is that don't count your days until the exam. Just like fix a time slot and then work inside that time slot. Because like even in general, just like in 99% of the cases, you just can't wait until the exam. Something's gonna come up or like there's gonna be something you don't understand and then
The thing is, I don't
everything
know
will
if
fall.
we Ash can help because I am a workaholic. So, like, the reason why I always work is through just reinforcement that work is all I've got, right? So
Yeah.
I never have these sort of problems, and that's not because I'm not lazy or anything. No, it's just because I'm ill. It's not, it's not a positive character trait of mine. It's just convenient, a convenient assembly of negative traits. In your case, however, Ash, you have worked really, really hard to be ahead, and you're talking about it as from perspective of someone who's way ahead in their schoolwork. So
Maybe.
most definitely, I would say, like you are really. So you are still working hard, but you're working hard from a different perspective, right? You're working hard as someone uh, who's working on things that they will have to eventually do, but it's more about that's someone who knows that they are ahead and is very comfortable in that.
The only time in my life I was able to work or study 10 hours a day, no days off, was back in ye olden days because I was told, you'll go to the next part when you're done with this.
Yeah, but
Any
once
other time
again,
I
in what context? That's crucial important.
meant May, not March. I mean, time period.
That's crucial important in what context someone tells you that. Because what would be a good example?
Oh my God.
In I'm trying to think something from my for example, uh, I I was working on an animation for one company a fair bit years back, and I was behind, a fair bit behind. So then what I did is I just spent the entire day, night, and then the next day working. I was having I was severely disconnecting from reality by the end. It was like 30 or 40 something of hours of just working on this animation. But the reason why I did that wasn't because I they told me that they needed it as fast as possible. It was because I just had to. I fucked up, right? I was the one holding the entire thing back because everyone was waiting for me, and so
Uh,
in that case, I just had to get ahead. Had to well, not get ahead. I had to get back to the front, and it
Also,
wasn't.
the thing with
You know,
yeah, continue. Sorry.
no, I was gonna summarize the point. You can keep
Um,
going.
yeah, I was gonna say like the thing about being under some sort of pressure and then doing something as soon as possible and then being able to work like really hard isn't something that's inherent to you or to any other person for that matter. Like if we go like 1.5 year back, I was going through my like hellish A level exams, and I had only had like 3 or so months to prepare for them, and then I was in the same position as you, that like I had to finish one syllabus as soon as possible and then immediately start the next syllabus because I was just on such a bad time crunch. So like the problem is like that only works if you're sufficiently overloaded enough and like you have a clear idea of what to do. And so like I mean you can't really apply that normally like in normal university life because university like it doesn't overload you in the same way. So unless you really fuck up, but then that's a you problem. That's not a university problem. So like the best advice I can just give you is just like I don't know, just like hmm, I mean, it's easy to say just like sit down and fucking study, but
Yeah,
but
in this case,
like
it's
unironically, that's also like the only solution.
yeah.
Like,
That's why I said
I'm
that
sorry, but like,
I don't think that there like that's why I said that there's no golden key, right? There's no golden solution. It's just the work sucks. That's just what happens. Work just straight up sucks.
yeah, like I'm sorry, but there is nothing more that I can really offer you.
It's either that or drugs. Usually,
No,
usually it's acceptance or drugs in these kind of scenarios.
drugs is not a solution, though. Don't do drugs. Mm,
I'm say struggle with not being able to about procrastination, saying just that procrastinate isn't much of a help. Yeah, but what time and what do you want us to do? Because I don't.
there is like I'm sorry, but like there is genuinely nothing because the thing is like you cannot be motivated every day of your life. Like that's just simply not possible. You can be motivated for one day, you can be motivated for 2 days, but I can bet money on this. By the third day, that motivation will finish, and you'll be just like
2 days would be
not back to
impressive
square
already.
one, but like you'll just be back to normal. Like
The thing is, Timon,
motivation, yeah.
like imagine, Timon, okay, imagine that I said that I want to work out, but I don't like I want to be worked out, right? I want to be fit, but I don't want to work out, right? I want to be fit, but I don't feel like working out. It's too much of an effort, too much of a hassle. What advice would you give me? Well, there really isn't anything. If I want to be fit, I need to work out. That's just that's just how it works. If I want to, I don't know, be good at solving Rubik's cubes, well, okay, this one is more of a visible. So no, well, actually no. If I want to be good at solving Rubik's cubes, I need to train out to be good at solving Rubik's cubes.
Yeah.
There is no like secret. If you want to be good at X, you just need to work at X. If you want to be good at battling procrastination, you just need to just battle procrastination. There's no like golden key solution. There's no secret tip or trick.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Like, apart from that, there's always like weird techniques that people use to study. Like, I don't know, some of my friends use the Pomodoro technique or however it's called.
That's
Just like
Yep,
see, yes,
but that's more like efficiency of studying, isn't it?
yeah, it's like and I mean, it also serves as some kind of weird motivation. It's like, okay, yes, my 10-minute break is over. I feel refreshed. So like you put yourself in this placebo effect sort of state. So
I do want to study work. I want to do them in many hours, but I struggle to sit down. Even I do, I get myself covered. I'm distracted. Yeah, what you're describing is just like it's normal. It's everyone has that. Yeah, that is very much normal. So, for
I
example,
mean, yeah.
I really wanted the video to come out. I wanted to, like, when I woke up in the morning, I wanted to be like, oh, today I'm gonna sit down for, I don't know, 12 hours and work on the video. But then I struggled to sit down for 12 hours and work on the video because it was awful. That's very normal. There is
I
a
mean,
reason
like,
why work isn't like it. Why we differentiate between hobbies and work, or work and fun. Work sucks. That's the truth.
and like, this is my personal opinion, and like, it might be a bit insensitive, but like, I personally think that like everyone has these like problems where they're not able to focus, or like they're not able to put their heart into anything, or this and that. And like, it's really not like a serious problem. Like, the reason why I say it might be insensitive, because like I've said that to some people before, and they're like, "Oh no, you don't get me. I have this, I have that." But like, genuinely, like, in most cases, it's like, it's really not that deep. Like, everyone has these problems. The only thing I can recommend is like just trying out different techniques, or like just trying. Like, I'm sorry, but like, mm,
I just would like to mention, Ash, I'm not a
yes,
hypocrite because the advice I'm giving you is what I'm doing right now.
yeah, go on.
No, I'm just planning my work.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
It just only now hit me that I am I genuinely I wasn't doing this on purpose. It just how the cookie crumbled. Because the annoying
Yeah.
bit is that you can't always do all the different types of work. Like some of them are dependent on your either location or they're dependent on
Oh
work
yes.
access and such. So categorizing helps in my case. Well, once again, I'm talking about work, not studying, which are different. I do realize.
No, the like the type of studying that I have to do right now qualifies as work, because I don't particularly enjoy what I'm studying right now.
Well,
So
what I meant is more like, I need to think of when I'll be able to work on animations and when I want. Because sometimes I will have time to work, but I won't have the hardware, for example. Or sometimes I will have time to work, but it will be dependent on other people when I need to, I don't know, get some kind of appointment at the bank, for example.
yeah, yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
speaking of shit.
yeah, actually, your tasks are more contingent on external factors. Mine aren't, but
Speaking of.
um, yeah, definitely. Anyways, I should fucking go now, because like, wait, do you remember me talking about that one hypothetical situation?
You, you've talked about a couple.
Yeah.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Which hypothetical situation?
Okay. You know what? If you don't remember it, then I'd like to not remind everyone on stream right now. So later.
You could just book. All right, later. See ya. I mean, you could just tell
Yeah.
me, but oh, whatever. See.
No, don't worry. I'll tell you later. But
Yeah, that's what I'm.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Ciao, ciao.
See ya. Okay, so this, in that case, is I'm starting to think that I should probably do it in different software because I will genuinely need a lot more than this. Especially, okay, let's have another category. Fortunately, this covers the entire track and even covers the red bits. Well, that's convenient. I think I'm gonna go as well because I'm not feeling well, and I think that if I'm going to be working on the video and streaming at the same time, that might take its toll. So I'm gonna go just try to focus on one thing at a time. by timing, I suppose. No one is really watching. See